am just so overwhelmed right now.
Why?
Because there's just so much good music out.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. And that's what we're at. Believe it or not, that's actually what we're talking about in today's episode. Yeah. First of all, music, I feel like in the past year, we've been saying this actually on this podcast for a while now.
Yeah, it's long overdue. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
We have to compile our favorites as of probably like 2024, but like the things that came out within the past 6 months or so from when we're filming this, and just like talk about why we love them so much. And if you're looking for new music, thankfully, I feel like Spotify and like Apple Music and stuff makes it a lot easier to like find new artists and things. But
right, I agree. You never know. And I feel like it took us. I mean, we have a long list.
Yeah.
And that maybe that's our reasoning of like there's just so much because we do like a lot of people.
Right.
But also it's kind of a good year check-in. It's like mid-year, you know, new music.
Right. Our first year music reviewing. Yeah. It's a big link because you guys know we're amateurs. We just listen with our heart. We don't have any technical knowledge, obviously. I know I don't need to say that, but you're like, yeah, we know. Before we get into it, we're Inside Out. My name is Jordan.
I'm Jamie.
And if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If you're anywhere else, make sure you're following our podcast. We need to get into the nitty gritty on why, like the theory as to why music right now, it feels, I don't know if this is a universal feeling, but I feel like with me and the people I've been talking to, like you, about this monumental feeling.
Right.
Okay. That a lot of people are having is like, why is there so much to listen to right now? That sounds good.
I know, and I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, maybe it's because are we getting into
yeah okay. Get into it, please. I want to hear your theory.
I'm like, wait, maybe it's because like people are touring finally now, so they're like, okay, I'll release a lot of new music, or like
who said the thing where they like to make fun music because whenever they tour they don't like to go up there and sing sad songs. It was someone recently, and I can't remember if it was Girl in Red or someone else. I don't think it was her, but
I don't remember.
Oh god, it was someone who said that. But
that makes sense. Wait, now I feel like I've heard that too.
And I can't remember, and it's gonna really make me mad. But definitely that, and I think that's also contributes to the feeling of how much music there is right now, because it's like when you look at it, yes, there's a lot, but I feel like that on top of the touring,
right, that's where the overwhelm happens. And it's like, really, it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of is.
Yeah. It is.
For people who like to go to concerts, it is.
And like a lot of different
and we're
artists.
nosy, so we want to go to every
No, seriously, I'm not like really a FOMO kind of person, but I do like get concert FOMO. Like anything else, I don't care. Go to the clubs, go dancing, whatever. And it's like I can feel like the opposite, the negative.
I agree.
With concerts, I'm like, fuck, I missed that.
Like, yeah, and it's like gut wrenching for the next month thinking about it.
Yes, it's like anti-concert depression. No.
Actually, the next year, because I feel like we've missed concerts before, and we're like, did we go to that concert like a year later? And we're like, oh my god, no, we didn't, and we kick ourselves for it.
No, literally though, because that's how I feel about even the Tate McRae concert we're going to tomorrow. Just saying, but like we were debating it, and we're like, you know what, I know she'll come back here, but the issue is she's not going to be performing this album, which we love so much.
Right. And
you know, with this set list, when it's a good set list, like we just saw the band Camino last night, and it's like when you have a good set list to see, like I don't think they have a new album or anything out technically, just like singles and stuff. So it's like that kind of thing. And I also think that what you're saying too about like they can tour again and kind of after post-pandemic artistry,
right? I think that's where it is, why it's so much,
right? Like, and like just people were like ruminating for so long,
right? Maybe that's why, and maybe it's like it feels more like spread out all of our lives. And like I can't remember a time where it was like boom boom boom, one person after another.
And I will say we do obviously have more access to the music, like being shown it like on all of our social medias, and so it's like I'm missing things less than I feel like I was maybe prior.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
you know, because you're getting it directly, you know, in your feed, and so you're being reminded to listen to these things.
Definitely.
But I also think that after the pandemic, the feelings, even just in general, I don't even think, obviously everything that's happening right now has to do with that, but I just still mean like in general, it's a crazy time. I feel like right now, socially and politically and everything like that, we've talked about this before too, of like the correlation between like real life, ongoing issues and like, society and being a living person on earth, and that being connected to the music that's coming out at the time. And looking back on certain periods of like, Great Depression music and things like that, and the sound that comes out of it. And I feel like that's a big thing too. I feel like a lot of people are making really upbeat music and fun music that takes you away kind of from your problems in a way, or talks about those problems in a really fun, digestible way, which we've talked about.
I agree. And I think that's why it's so like important to us specifically. I'm sure everyone, I'm sure of it, but I think that's why our list is so long, is because it really does transport us to another,
dimension and feeling.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that that is something that, I don't know, in my lifetime, like I don't know, because I was thinking about it, I was like, is music getting better as time goes on? Because these people have more access to everything on a laptop. Anyone can, theoretically make a song and make music, whatever, and have it sound exactly how you want, whatever it is. And
even like in the industry, probably there's so many people.
Right.
And just
honestly, that's
access.
why.
You know what I mean?
Right. Sometimes I'll get in this like weird feeling, and I'm just like, how can there continue to be this many good artists in the world? You know what I'm saying? And but I also think that social media in general has to do with it. Obviously,
I always think about that.
What, like TikTok and YouTube in general?
Yeah,
like the YouTube era of music, bringing a new, broader audience. Yeah,
that, and even I always like think back to like even just our mom or like any parent of like how like I feel like mom was like a fangirl of people, like just for example, but she didn't have like that connection or parasocial or like that much access to seeing them, or like even people before her age,
right,
to like follow them and see what
they're
like
doing,
everything they're doing.
Yes, different facets of their for sure. Being able to relate to them, for sure. And I also think that on TikTok you're being fed new artists that you definitely most probably wouldn't find otherwise because of the algorithm that's on there. But also I think that it makes it more accessible for these talented people to just set up their phone and sing and get their voice out. Like, I don't know, I found so many good songs from just random TikTok things that maybe they didn't even blow up, but they were like really on my feed,
or like stuck in your head for the next week.
Yes, there's that one song. Oh shit, what's this song? It's like and it has like she plays the viola or the violin or something. I'm at the man going to Panama.
It sounds so familiar. I wish I could help you more. Man. But even like what you were just talking about, Megan Moroney, is that her name? Megan Moroney? Megan Moroney.
Yes. Yeah, Megan Moroney.
Like the trend of her like saying, "Am I okay?" Like that's branched me out. Like I'm not. I've heard good things about her. But that hearing that song made me want to listen to her more, and it's happened so many times.
Yep. Yeah. So many times. For sure.
Or like blowing up artists like Tate McRae, like we were just talking about.
Yep.
I feel like she really blew up from TikTok, like so many other.
Oh my God, for sure. Yeah. And I think that definitely what you're saying there, like opening up to different audiences, like even genre wise. And again, maybe that's why country is having its big moment right now as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's very just like interesting to think about. Hold on, let me find this person. It's gonna make me so mad. Okay, Katie Lynn Sharabow.
Yes.
Okay. This was going to bother me if I couldn't find it, but the song is called Omaha, The Only What If. I met a man going to Omaha. He told me some stories about his son-in-law. You ever heard that?
I know. This one sounds really familiar.
Okay.
I probably heard it before, but I know the Lucky one.
Okay, Lucky Girl Syndrome.
Yeah.
It's Lucky Girl Syndrome. She's an artist that I would have never found before, you know? Yeah. But yeah, and I think that also the confidence of people posting too, like getting the boost of confidence. Like me, if I were a singer, I probably would like that would do me well if I were like to post a singing video I'm picturing, okay? And then you get positive comments and they're like requesting other songs, you're more inclined to do that.
Definitely.
You know, and then you gain this confidence over time to actually like, okay, put out an album, put these things, whatever.
I agree. 100%.
Right? And yeah,
that would build a lot of confidence and be like, oh wait, I am good.
Right. I know.
Or
and
like whatever it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I also think that something about like the new generation of artistry and like the being able to express yourself maybe in different ways. I've kind of been thinking about this since thinking about if Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry and like how fucking, first of all, that's like one of the best songs ever. So but
good. Like even thinking about everyone's different like I guess like sound is so different. Like I was listening to the new the Remy Wolf album and I feel like every time I hear her sound fascinates me because it is so different.
She's so unique,
like so unique. But like then thinking about like Olivia Rodrigo, like she's very unique, so I feel like there's so many ways to like their essence and like to capture it. And I don't know, it's so cool to me.
It is.
There's so many different ones
because it's like pop, the umbrella of pop. If you think about it, it's like it has so many different things. And again, I would consider Remy Wolf pop and Olivia Rodrigo, but the way they go about their sounds,
it's so different.
It's so different. And it's so interesting because when I think back, of course there was always pop rock and whatever these things are, but I always feel like when you think back to like 80s music or whatever, I don't know,
very similar.
If it's rock, you know?
And like but all of like those genres are so similar. I feel like that what I know, like if you think about like pop, then it was so pop. Like they all kind of sounded very similar.
Sure. You know what? I actually saw this one article earlier. I was reading through people's different like opinions and theories on like, and one person had said like it was like a Billboard article. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but, and they were like, literally when I listened to the radio, this was like in 16 or something. When I listen to the radio and you skip, I can't even tell when a song starts and stops because they all have the same beat, all have the same tone, whatever. I don't know if I agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever really felt that way.
Yeah, me neither.
But also I don't really have the ear for that. But, you know, like we go on vibes. But it's interesting to think about. And I'm like, can someone say that about right now? I can't fathom someone saying that about right now.
Me neither. But I also, like, maybe what they're pulling for the radio. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, you know, radio music is a little bit different than, like, I don't know, even putting like pop hits on Spotify, like the album. And when so, like maybe they do blend together. I don't know.
Maybe. And I think that could be true actually. But I wonder if you're listening to the radio right now, I'm assuming that, you know, Espresso's playing and Chappel Roan and I don't fucking know. I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm trying to think what's like radio because I get messed up because like the things on Spotify, I don't know anymore the difference.
I know.
Because you go on there and then it's like when I have listened to the radio, it's TikTok songs.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking too.
Which I guess the stuff we listen to is technically TikTok songs too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everything's kind of a TikTok song now. But
but maybe it's more like
that's actually a great thesis theory.
That is. We need to look into that.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's because we filter it differently. Right. Because it's not like, one after another. It's like
is every song a TikTok? Because now Clairo, you can technically say is a clip, you know what I mean? Juna is a TikTok song.
No, literally.
But it is.
And you know what?
And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I don't think it's either because I feel like
You're bleeding.
I am?
Yeah, under your eye.
Why?
Wait, hold on. Now you got it.
I feel like I'm literally chronically bleeding.
Oh, okay.
So Clairo, I feel like a lot of people used to say that with her like first album. With Sophia and Bags on it, Bags specifically. Okay. Everyone used to think that, but
she's a TikTok artist?
Yeah, like that one like really blew up at the time.
Okay.
And I like that's not even my favorite one on like the album, so I don't think that way.
Okay, humble brag. That's not even the best one.
It's not even the best one. Yeah,
no, anyway,
but I do mean that is like I guess I never related, but I guess other people can.
No, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Yeah. That's what I mean by it's crazy that you can open up your opinions and it's like, wow. It's like the thing of like, I haven't had like a single non-universal experience or like a single whatever the fuck this saying is that goes in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's life is the same.
Yeah.
What is that phrase?
That I've never had a
unique experience or something.
Unique thought. Or
I've never. Yes, there we go.
That.
Anyway, okay, sorry. But yeah, exactly. And I think that it's just really. I don't know anything else. I don't know another way to say it other than it's interesting.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. There's. I don't know. We need to read more articles on it and really get our thoughts.
Funny you say that. I actually found this one study / article.
Really crazy.
That was we did not even rehearse that. But it's by like Sacramento School Beat, but it was like linked from Billboard or something. Yeah, I know. Okay, Sacramento. Modern music is continually getting worse and won't stop doing so anytime soon. And this is from January of 2023. So again, a lot has changed since then. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they haven't heard the stuff that's going on right now. But they have not heard Tortured Poets Department yet. Anyway, so you probably heard it over 1,000 times in your life and brush it off. Music hasn't been good for a long time, which I do feel like if you have if you're our age and you have parents, you definitely probably heard that at some point. Our parents have never said that, but I've had their friends say that kind of crap. And you're like you're listening to oldies radio. You're not going to hear the good stuff. Anyway. Right. And I know I've been nicknamed Grandpa and Old Man for my musical taste, among other things, but regardless of who you heard it from, you might want to listen to them in the future. While music as a whole is getting worse, I think it's safe to say that the leaders of the new generation of sound are the pop and rap genres, who would also throw in country. Let's be honest, country hasn't been good for a long, long time, and I don't agree with... Okay, I don't know. I've always liked country, so I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the same, but I'm also not like a hardcore, so maybe if you are...
Right, I guess if you're like, what are you comparing it to, George Strait or something? Like, that's country? Like, what time period are you talking about? Or Johnny Cash? Like, you know? But don't take my word for it, because in 2012, the Spanish National Research Council ran 500,000 samples of music from 1955 to 2010 through an AI program to answer this very question. First of all, 2010... Why are we talking about this in 2023 then? And researchers found that harmonic complexity has decreased, making sounds more homogeneous, and diversity has dropped exponentially in the 1960s, meaning modern music is less like deep and rich, I guess. And the loudness has increased, and it means that like volume is now favored over sound quality.
Interesting.
Listen, you guys, I actually did get earplugs for our last concert. I forgot them at home, but I meant to, because I do not think, as I get older, I think ear health is very important.
I always think about that. I really like, it's so funny that you got those earplugs, because I was just
I need the Loop cool ones. I always see like the cool concert girls going with those.
I always see the rave girls with those.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? Ear health is sexy. That's the new like ear health slogan.
No, and I would be so mad at myself if I'm 90 years old in the home and I can't listen to music.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Want to die.
Why? Because I wanted to stand second row next to the speaker at Royal Oak Music Theater. No. And so anyway, it's just an interesting study. I think like an interesting thought process, I guess, more so. But
it is very interesting to think about, because like I guess in my mind, without thinking about that, I would think that everything sounds so different. Like Sabrina Carpenter compared to like Olivia Rodrigo, even though they're very similar pop, they're very different in my ears.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, okay, are we listening to it through teenage girl ears? And meanwhile, you know, like if an old man that we know is listening to it, they're not going to hear the same thing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the feminine rage.
But like, I don't know. I have never been so excited about music, and I don't know. I'm probably lying, but I
don't think you are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's so true.
I am going to go back to CDs and like portable CD players though, because I thought about that. I keep seeing like the CD, like when we're at vinyl or like record stores, and you're like searching through, and then you see like the little CD section, and they're so cute and little, like they have like a different little cover on it. I'm like, I miss CDs.
Like, isn't it weird that there's not even like a CD hole in your computer, like your car anymore?
No, actually, that's what pisses me off about the car.
At least. Right. I just like, I have so many CDs, like random ones. I'm like, I'll never use them.
No.
Like specifically like Taylor Swift, I'll usually get those CDs at least.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I would love to have a whole collection. How sickening would
That's
that
what
be?
I'm saying. Only my first car had one, and I've always been a CD person, because we are album people, okay? We have a long lineage in our family history of being album people.
Do you remember in Nana's car, like she had literally like
a CD booklet,
a book.
Yes, and she would
and that's gold.
Mostly play Mamma Mia 2, the soundtrack,
right?
And it was literally on loop US. But like,
yeah, that was
that was crazy. Or like, anyway, we don't need to go into that. But and Shania Twain. But I think that there's something to say about having a CD and like listening to only that and like really just diving into every little facet of the actual whole album. I just love an entire album.
Me too.
There's
so many albums too that we've really focused on or like love to focus on more soon recently.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, you.
Yeah. What would be your top one album that came out this year so far?
Oh my gosh.
So far.
I have to pick one.
Yeah, you have to pick one and you only have 10 seconds. So I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Okay. Wait, can I say top 3? Oh, wait.
Top one. Only if you could pick one to listen to only.
Right now, I fear it would be the Gracie Abrams.
Wow, yeah. Okay.
Like, I honestly...
Over Tortured Poets?
I know, I was thinking about that because I was just looking at that list. I feel like juicy. I've, at least since it's come out, I've listened to it more, but I don't know if that's because...
It's new.
It's new.
Sure. I get that. And I feel that. And I would probably say the same thing.
And I think I'll go with that because even when I put on Tortured Poets, I only put my like the random in the queue. Okay. And then Gracie's, I can go the whole whole album and I'm good and I'm I think not starving.
Sure. Yeah. Right. And if I was thinking, it's like, what would you have at a desert island? It's like, oh, I would take this because then I can have all of these things. Or like, if I could ask for one more wish, I'd ask for 3 more wishes. No, because
I'd have Gracie.
But that would be the cheating answer to say Tortured Poets Department because it's so fucking long. So it's like if you could listen to one album, obviously, because it's like there's so many options on there. But I do think the Gracie album is so concise and like has such a
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Yes. Concise. It's like it goes together. It's a thought and it's a feeling all in one. And
there's so many facets of it. There's fun. There's sad. There's like I'm floating. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many.
I agree. And it's just so,
I don't know.
It's versatile and it's for every mood. You could be sad listening to it, but you could also be happy listening to it.
I agree. And that's like the best kind of album.
Right.
Honestly, her and Role Models right now.
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like those are kind of where I've been stuck in.
Sure.
And I really need to not take a day and put those aside and listen to everything else.
Right. Yeah, you do. And I think that what's crazy to me is that Gracie Abrams is going on tour and Role Model is opening. And we are going, I swear to God, we were trying to go to the Chicago show. Yeah. But I'm just like, also, I'm kind of like getting a little bit frustrated because everyone is skipping over Detroit. I feel like everyone,
we need to talk
even
about
Michigan as a whole, but like Casey Musgraves is coming like to Grand Rapids or something, and whatever, that pisses me off too.
Yeah,
like good for you, Grand Rapids, but because everything's always in Detroit, so I have one, sure, but most people are just skipping over us as a whole, and I'm like, really, Motown?
I know, it's so weird.
Does that mean nothing to you?
And I'm like thinking like maybe they give the 2 options of like two different two different tours or like routes, right? Because I'm like either they do or they don't, like it, and maybe it's longer.
They're really focusing hardcore on like East and West Coast.
It's so annoying.
And we're getting fucked over in the fucking Midwest. I think because it's like some places aren't even getting Chicago, or some people are not even doing Chicago.
It's bizarre.
It's rude, actually. For whatever. I digress, but it's like because Gracie's not coming here, Casey's not coming here, Clairo's not coming here. I could make the list goes on,
literally,
but
on. So without silence,
literally
silent
processing.
So you would go with Gracie too for your
favorite? I don't know. I think
I would put. So my top, what I was.
So you wouldn't put Brat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard for me to ever say like that I wouldn't put Taylor, like a Taylor album up on that.
I know it feels.
But again, I think Gracie's just newer, so it's like raw.
Right. So right now in this moment, it's that.
Yeah, but again, if you asked me right before Gracie's album came out, it would have been Tortured Poets.
I know.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But let's go down the list and just like let's just tell you guys what the albums are that you, again, I'm sure a lot of you guys have listened to a lot of these, but if you haven't, what you should check out if you have a similar music taste as us, and just like how we feel about them. What gets us so fucking giddy in life?
I agree. What's the vibe? What's their vibe? I have well, actually, yeah. That's it. That's all.
You start. I want to hear your
Okay. We're just going down the list. Okay, so we've Casey Musgraves, Deeper Well. This was one of the, there's like a few albums when you asked me that question that I was going from that I would pick. Yeah. Like top 5, top even 7. There's probably a few. Right. 7. This is okay.
Same thing.
But Deeper Well, I love that album. I still do. There's a new deluxe coming out this next week, I think.
The era around Deeper Well, too, the way she, like, again, curated an entire vibe and stuff. Like,
yeah, she outdid herself.
She did.
Everything about that album is so beautiful to me. And it's exactly what anyone needs. And I feel like it's so summery too. It's like the perfect time right now if you want to listen to it. Dive deep into it right now.
But I do think I'm gonna really fucking die whenever it starts getting fall time and listening to that album. Yeah, like that is such a vibe too.
That's true. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like specifically,
like how things will transition.
Yes, and like how many good albums these are all, but for the fall.
yeah.
Like, you know
right,
what
like role models I love for summer
exactly.
too, but in the fall it is going to hit differently.
Yes, I agree.
So he's saying it's a Kansas Anymore summer, which yes, sure it is.
No, it's fall.
But it's a Kansas Anymore fall to me. I'm sorry.
Autumn.
I'm sorry, Tucker, but yeah. Yeah, but I do think that if you could see also Casey Musgraves, we always say this, but like she's at one of the tippity top of our concerts that we've ever been to. And so she's coming near you for this.
I still love her concert. I mean, we were just at the place we saw her last, and I was thinking about that. She was so cool. She had like incense.
Yeah. No, that sounded really different. That sounded almost like something. Yeah, she had something else in the brain.
Me, but she had like just like such a unique scent at her concert, and she was like barefoot, right? Wasn't she?
Yes, she's barefoot. She's very much moves like Florence and the Machine, vibe,
and I love that.
I do too.
That would be me. That would be both of us.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did you see Billy Joel?
Footless or footless?
I'd be footless.
You would be
footless.
Footless. Okay.
Did you see Billy Joel? He brought out
with his
daughters.
That was cute.
That was so us.
Like I said, we should be Nepo babies, but
we're here. We're gonna be that. Just dancing on stage.
Yes, exactly. That's Are they really twins? Cute. They look like twins.
No, they were dressed as twins.
Yeah. Well, we dress as twins, but wait, Beyonce again. I mean, obviously, like, what would you say? Record breaking, I guess. But when that came out, that's all that me and Jared collectively listened to in the car, and like, you know, and I think that says a lot when like, I mean, we have very similar music tastes, but I think like when we both listening to something like constantly, that means something. Yeah. And I just think the way she went about country.
It's so cool. And I will say the features on the album too is so good. Like not only is the actual all of the songs so good, but the features on it are good. Yeah. And just the vibe.
Yeah. And I think that that's something too is like timing, because it came out like, I don't know what, beginning of summer or right before it or something.
I think so, yeah.
And I think that that's like the perfect time for that album. And I think that people I don't know if people do, but like I know like Taylor does it a lot. Like she's like, this is a summer album, this is a whatever album. And I think that means a lot to me personally, because like I'm so thought daughter. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't find a word for it. I'm just like, I connect the song with a season.
And you know what? We were saying about this in a few episodes ago. I don't remember which one. We were talking about how people can see colors. Yeah. That's what we have, but it's the mood of the album, which probably everyone has.
Well, no, I think that we're just geniuses, but
but take that, yeah.
And I think that, but it's true, and I think that like when I'm thinking about Sabrina Carpenter's album that is going to come out in the end of, I'm just like, I'm curious listening to Espresso and
right, like
Please like that is so summer and
spring at least.
But I will say like her old album was very fall to me, and so I don't know if it's going to be similar or not, but like, you know, I'm thinking of Already Over, like that song to me I'm playing like, you know, driving. Yeah. And but But anyway, back to Beyonce. I just think that the album cover, I keep seeing it out again when we go to record stores, and it's just like, it's eye-catching, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. Everything about it, yeah.
It is.
To the album cover.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just like, again, it's a really long album that has no skips for me personally. And she had the song with Post Malone. Yeah. And
Post Malone, and she had another one.
Yeah.
With someone else.
I know. But the Post Malone one, which I'm really excited. That's another one that I was confused about. Post Malone's putting his album out. I think it's like,
I don't know,
in a week or something. And it's like at the end of summer, which is still summer, but I think of country album debut. I think of like hot weather summer, but
Miley Cyrus, that's the one I was thinking about.
Yes, I love that song too. Two Most Wanted. Levi's Jeans. Again, that one is just so good with Post.
There's so many.
Yeah. Oh, Louisiana.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, that one's a good one too. I don't know. I love it.
Love it.
Did you like Lizzie McAlpine's Older?
I do like that one. It has one of my favorite, not like one of my favorite songs, but I really do like one song on that album that like I do have like repeatedly play. And it's not Older. It's All Falls Down, and it has such a cool sound to it.
Okay.
Wish I could sing it.
Right. Please enlighten us. Listen,
I literally
I think it's time for you to sing on this podcast for the once.
No.
I'm always picking up the singing slack.
Right.
Right.
Wait, actually, I want to show you this.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
That sounds like a good fall song.
Right.
Okay.
And that is like an addicting song for me because it's one of those that really does it for me in my head.
Sure.
Like it's so pleasing.
Yeah. Wait, would you consider that a fall album or summer album then? If you're listening to it and you could pick.
Definitely fall.
See, maybe it's the people who live in LA and don't get seasons. They're seasonally confused because they need to like
that makes sense.
Get with the Midwestern people.
Yeah, I always forget that people in like LA specifically do not have like seasons.
But I'm sorry, that's really important. Let's be seasonally aware, people.
Right, and maybe that's the reason I haven't listened to that as much, except that one song.
You'll come back to it once it's
and there's a lot of albums like that. Like I feel like are just better. Like it's better to wait, and then I'll have fresh songs then.
Sure, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But I love that song. It is such a vibe, and she has really good like themes to her album, or like very relatable topics of like even like the song Older. She's talking about like watching her parents get older and like how drag that is.
Yeah.
A drag.
The
drama.
I like that from you. I like that. I think so Maggie Rogers, Don't Forget Me. We saw that in live. We love that. Great. Again, that is a summer album to me. She did right there. We'll give her a point.
Agreed.
Olivia O'Brien released an EP called Love and Limerence, and I think that that's really cool. We're a long-term Olivia. A lot of people's names are Olivia lately. Lately, Olivia O'Brien. We're long-term fans of Olivia O'Brien. Oh my god. And I'm really excited to see her new sound, and like she's independent now, and I think it's really fun.
Yeah, she's been fun to watch grow too. Like she's really doing her thing.
Yeah, she's creatively like seems a little bit more fulfilled than in past years, which I love seeing.
Right, I agree. Like expressing herself and whatever.
Right. I was gonna see if you listened to the Griff Vertigo album.
I love that album.
You do? Okay, I didn't know if you knew who Griff was.
I didn't know you knew Griff.
I am hipper than you may think.
I'm actually I almost didn't put her on my list because I didn't think you knew her.
I fucking love Griff. First of all, she sews her own clothes.
No, that's what I was gonna tell you that.
Yeah, no,
for all of her costumes, and then I think she like sells them to people. Like gives them away.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love it. I've heard Vertigo. Vertigo was on repeat for a really long time for me. Like the song, and then when she put the album I think is only like it's a little baby fetus. It's only 2 weeks old, and I think it's her debut album. No,
I think so too. And she's just so cool. She's opening for Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
or she opened. I don't know if she is anymore.
And she did fucking so well. I know she's opened for like Coldplay and people like that too.
A lot of people.
Yeah, which I love it.
I think she's so cool. She has such a good vibe. I think like creatively, I really like her for like everything else. Like other than her music, she has like the full package for me. Her hair is always so cute.
I was gonna say that.
Like her style.
Yeah.
She's just so iconic.
Yeah, and curated and well. Like does it well. She gets it. me trying to transition to Camila Cabello, CXOXO.
That's how I feel when I listen to this.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I listen to Camila CXOXO. But no, for real, that album's really good too, and I think that people didn't appreciate it for what it was enough. I mean, she's a big fan base, so I'm not going to necessarily say like. I do think you hear like the loud minority online a lot of the time.
Right.
Just like
the
roasting
haters
her.
Are loud.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate. Literally. I think it's it was unfortunate the timing of it with the Charlie XCX album because people just like love to pin people like that against each other, but whatever.
Yeah. But I think her whole rebrand too really did it for me.
Yeah, again, she goes full for I'll scream it. I love a curated vibe.
And I love when she's so online.
Yes.
I keep seeing her repost on TikTok. I'm like, is that I literally
is
today I was like, is that actually her?
I see those too.
And every time it does it to me because it throws me off.
She's back with Shawn Mendes.
Again, we love that for her.
Listen, we're Mendezers. What do you call them? I don't know. Sabrina's singles too. Obviously, they've been where they are on the charts for a reason. And there has been the controversy of the Spotify thing of going like, you know, when it goes to the next song and it's like being fed, that there's a new thing of like labels paying these streaming services to put these songs on loop. Basically, they're good fucking songs, so I don't care.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I agree.
Megan Maroney, Am I Okay?
Oh my
great
God,
album.
am I okay?
Yeah, and she just has like the most beautiful voice.
You're welcome.
It's just very interesting. Literally, finally we got her singing. She said she wasn't gonna do it, but she did. And I think that just in general, like I love seeing her perform at different events as well. I love Megan Maroney. I think she's really cool. And again, I love young women in country music.
I was just thinking that they do it very well.
They do. And
Kelsey Ballerini is pretty much the only other one I know. But I'm really excited to deep dive into the album because I haven't listened to it.
What, the new Kelsey or the new Megan one? Yeah.
But everyone's talking about it. So.
Right. Okay. Tortured Poets Department. We've already done this. We've made like 5 videos on this topic.
You already know.
Well, you already know how we feel about it, so we're not. But it still reigns true.
An honorable mention.
Yeah, just a little honorable mention. No, but obviously, like again, even this one's going to hit so well in the wintertime and fall. I'm sorry. Thank you, Taylor. So it's fine when they put it out before, as long as they're just not too late for the season. Like again, Post Malone. I don't think he'll be too late. Don't get me wrong, but like on the border.
Do you think she? Wait, when did hers come out? April? Do you think that was fitting for the album?
I think so. I think spring, that was a great time for spring.
Yeah.
I think just as he gets to summer, it's been, I don't know.
Less on your,
Yeah, but I've had a weird summer, so.
Too, what?
I said, yeah, but I've had a weird summer, so.
Oh. Really?
Do you want to get into it? Do you want to talk about it?
Explain.
I'll save it anyway.
But yeah, I do love that one, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
But you already know we've talked about it so many other times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am excited to experience it in the fall though, for sure.
Yeah.
Faye Webster, Underdressed at the Symphony.
Great. I love Faye Webster.
Me too. She's so cool.
Also love the album vibe of that. Anyway, go on.
Wallow's Model. There are good songs on there.
Yes.
You Need Me Now, Girl in Red, featuring Sabrina.
So Girl in Red has the entire album, but like that song that was my addition. Because I love that song and I love Sabrina's feature on it.
Yeah.
I think it's cute. So anyway, that's just like
too.
one of my top songs of this like summer area time.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost it. John Summit, Comfort and Chaos. I always say it like I feel like randomly that I have really gotten into like EDM music or like house music.
Right.
Like not so far gone into EDM because I think kind of scares me.
Sure.
But like it does something in my brain where it scratches like such a good serotonin boost.
Oh, okay.
That I've really come to like.
Found comfort in the chaos.
And John Summit does it for me.
Wow.
There's like a few of them that.
Have you tried? Oh, go on.
And his just recently came out. So if you're new to it, I feel like to get into his vibe right now is to listen to it now.
Okay.
And I always like that when I see an artist that
I've never heard of John Summit. So I'm new to this and I'm feeling quite awakened.
Yeah, you should be. It's just so fun. I just have been liking upbeat music for like that, and it's like good running music or good workout music.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
upbeat. It sounds very enticing. So you've sold me.
Thanks. Okay, next, Clairo Charm.
Obviously, that is in my personal top 5 of the. Well, I would say top 4 of the summer. No, you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
literally.
I think
number 2 or 3 for me. I would say.
I don't know. I've totally fallen in love with Clairo.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. I did not see this on my bingo.
Bingo card. I did not see that. That's what I'm talking about.
I love Clairo.
I love to surprise people.
I think she's so cool, and this album is so funky and cool, and not funky, but like the whole thing of it is just so cool and so good.
Yeah, and did you see like the thing of her performing the one song? Can't remember what song it was. Terrapin, or was it Terrapin, where she does like the mouth trumpet? And she was on one of the shows, like Tonight Show or something, doing it, and someone had pointed out that she does that, and I was like, that's so interesting, because I was wondering what that was. I thought she was just humming it, but she's doing the mouth trumpet.
I didn't know that.
Which was a big thing, I guess, in like older music, like I don't know, 40s.
That's
50s.
what I've heard, that she has really like dove into this with the album, is really
pulling from like older things,
or like even like I think it was the Beatles.
Oh,
or
yeah,
someone
yeah.
in the Beatles.
Yeah,
she really got inspired from it, I think.
I love that.
She's just so I don't know, I love her. And I also love the name of the album. I think that's such a good,
I do too,
and her vibe,
because you feel it's a charming album.
It is charming,
so
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine.
Yep.
And I wonder, she's like hinted at touring, but I don't think
she's going to even do it until after Wicked comes out, if at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be a big tour, personally. I don't think she likes touring, I've heard.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
But I would like to see her once. Have you ever seen her?
No.
Yeah,
have you?
I think so.
Oh, no.
I wish.
She's one that I've like always wanted to.
I know. I regret not going.
I am an Arianator.
Yeah. And I like that it's a concept album also. I think it's really cool. And it was like very enticing for me.
Right. Yeah, okay. I agree.
The Last Dinner Party, Prelude to Ecstasy. I've recently really liked them. They're like a girl band, and they're just so cool.
They are cool.
They're just cool girls.
Yes.
Their performance at Coachella really,
that's what I was gonna say.
What's that word?
Solidified it. Yeah.
Just they dress up, and they're just so cool and funky.
Yeah.
They just do it right.
No, I totally agree. And before
honestly,
Coachella, I didn't know much about them, but
I'll just support any girl band, period, I think. And they are so cool. Again,
I agree.
They have, I don't know.
No, I totally agree. Their stage presence on 100.
I agree.
Seriously.
And they kind of have like a 80s or 90s vibe to them too,
sure,
which is kind of cool in some songs.
Yeah, I could see that.
Declan McKenna, What Happened to the Beach. I love Declan McKenna. He's so...
You do. You always are talking about him.
Yeah. I feel like his really big song was Brazil, and that really made me like him a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
You really like him.
Okay, yeah, voice crack.
Yeah, I like that for you.
8-year-old
got a
man.
crush.
I do like his name a lot.
Declan McKenna. Yeah, great stage name too.
Good name.
Yeah.
I'm feeling flustered.
Yeah, clearly. Someone bring the fan.
Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft.
Obviously, that album again is like one of the best of the year. Like they just did so well on it, and I can't stop. Like every time I hear it, it's stuck in my head for days.
Yeah.
They are like the most uber talented. Obviously, like I feel stupid even like praising it, because it's like how I don't know anyone who could disagree with anything about positively. You know?
Yeah. And separately, they're just so amazing. I keep seeing her interviews with Elle prank calling people lately, and she's funny.
I did see those. Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, Remy Wolf. Oh, I don't have her album.
I think it's called. It's one word. Hold on.
Thank you.
It's called Big Ideas. But Cinderella, when Cinderella came out, I was so excited for the album.
Good.
Yeah,
I was thinking that. Yes,
I am like a Remy Wolf. I've been a Remy Wolf. I'm sorry, but I've been a Remy Wolf fan since. I really love Remy Wolf. I think she's just so cool.
She was really cool.
She was at Coachella last year, not this year, right? I think.
Yeah,
her
I feel like she might have. She keeps coming out with people, so I can't remember if that was her.
Yep.
Is there anything else?
No.
Good. Fletcher, In Search of the Antidote. I think Fletcher is so cool. I saw her once. She opened for someone. I don't remember who, but
really. Oh wait, I remember. I can't remember.
I don't think you were there. It was one of the ones you weren't there for.
Yep.
For some Cigarettes After Sex, X's is the album name, and their vibe is just just so, and it is again one of the fall albums. I can't wait to listen to it more.
For sure. Yeah, everything that they put out is like fall winter to me. But it is an interesting choice to put out in summer. But I guess when are you can't put everything out in fall winter. They all have like.
But I will say this one is a little bit more upbeat vibe. Like there's one song it has blue in the title.
Blue. I got.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Tiano Blue.
Tiano Blue. Tiano.
Yeah, and I feel like that one's like an upbeat one. I think is that the one? Yeah.
That was their single, I think.
Yeah. And it had a little bit more upbeat, so I can see why. I guess I don't know.
I always thought they were British, first of all.
Really?
Yeah, and then we watched one of those
I've
record
actually never
shopping
seen them.
videos. No, we watched the lead singer. He was going through and finding all these albums, and like on this one show, there's on YouTube where like they put artists in, and they go through and like pick LPs out from this record store and like talk about why they picked them.
That's cool.
It's like called Fill Your Bag or something if you want to watch it. But I'm newer. Like Jared really is like their biggest fan, and I never thought I'd like them, but the more I listen to them, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I was gonna say that I used to play them in high school a lot, and I feel like you used to meme on me for it because you're like, what is this slow stuff?
Yeah,
but they're a vibe.
Yeah. Well, and then as time went on, I was like, no, that's so 2014. Yeah, but now it's like that's kind of the lore to me. But like, I think they're great anyway.
Yeah, they're cool. Suki Waterhouse, she had an EP.
I haven't listened to this yet.
She had an EP, super sad. Yeah, I feel like she had a lot of promo for her, like the start of it.
Yeah,
and I feel like it kind of died down for some reason.
Right, because I feel like I saw her at Coachella. And she was, oh my god, I love her. I love her so much.
Her Coachella performance was everything.
Ethereal.
It was beautiful.
Yes, and that caught my eye. And then this came out, and I didn't even realize it until you're literally talking about it right now. But I had seen like one of her things, like I love my iPad, and that's kind of all I saw of her.
Yeah, but she's just had really cool, and she's also her like relationship. She just had a baby. I don't know. Her whole lore is so cool.
Yeah,
she does it well. Charlie XCX, Brat. I feel like I was putting it together. She's hinting at a new something, and people are saying it's the remix album. So I'm wondering if that's actually true.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we'll see, but we love that.
That would make sense.
Bleachers by Bleachers. I didn't realize that came out this year. It feels very old to me already.
Yeah.
Not old. Not like
yuck.
Not like you mean.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's been out for a while.
It kind of has, actually. Definitely pre-Coachella or Coachella-ish. I don't know. I love that album. I think it's my favorite Bleachers album. Yeah. I love Bleachers. But anyway.
So good. Between Friends, called Eyes on My Baby. It's an EP too. I love them. They're so cool. If you follow them on TikTok, they promote it so well to me. And they have one song, Affection, that I listened to in high school so much, and it brings me back to this friendship I had in school.
Wow.
So
yeah, I've never heard it.
Really?
Nope, never heard of them.
But they have a good vibe.
Okay.
Eyes on my baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
But Khan's Stick Season Forever. So I guess Stick Season has been out, but he did release the Forever album, which has Forever on it, which also has all of the features on it.
Such a genius idea, can I just say?
Amazing.
The features he chose too, beautifully picked.
Yeah, I actually forgot I had that album on here, and like that would be definitely close to my number one.
Yeah, I like that.
It might be my number one.
Wow.
Definitely my number one.
Yeah, see,
that's pretty much a lot of the time when I'm listening to. So yeah, that just reminded me.
Yeah, you can't do you can do no wrong with Noah Khan. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I guess. Or I agree.
I guess.
I don't know what just came out. Sass.
Anyway, we already said that one. I don't know why I put that one twice.
Alec Benjamin, 12 Notes.
Listen, we're going to keep it short and sweet about how much we love Alec Benjamin. And I hope for him to have his big moment eventually, like truly.
He's going to have it.
Yeah, we've seen him like 6 times live. And we're seeing him again next
soon.
We love him. Shit, I'm sorry.
If you want to have like a really good storytelling singer, go listen to him.
Just like easy to listen to. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. I root for him. Okay.
Agreed. Luke Cummings, he has, I think is it an album or an EP called Boy?
I feel like it's an album. I think it's an album at the record store.
It's definitely an album. It might be shorter of why I'm thinking that. I don't know. But We love Luke Hemmings. We love 5 Sauce, so we'll support any. We'll support any of them.
You even saying 5 Sauce gets me giddy. Anyway,
right, I agree. Gracie Abrams, The Secret of Us. Duh. Obviously, we've already mentioned her way too many times.
Yeah, but so good.
So beautiful. Role Model has Kansas Anymore. Again, also so good, which is also fresh and brand new. It came out like 2 weeks ago.
So juicy.
I just love him. His personality is everything to me. He makes me giggle my feet. He's so cute.
I just watched The Therapist. Oh my God, I think we actually talk about Jake Shane in every single episode. We are such big Jake Shane.
You always say that.
What? Well, listen, I am a pussy, so
it makes me giggle. Yeah, I don't ever like. It's like I know you're doing it, but it's funny.
Yeah, I genuinely think it's that. Fact check me. I think that's a what do you call it when you think it's like something and it used to be like Bernstein Bear or the Bernstein Bears, you know, like a Mandela effect. I think it was anyway. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
It was.
Quinn XXCI Breakfast EP. I love them. I need to listen to this more, but my obsession with them goes way too far.
What kind of vibe are they? I mean, I've known that name for a really long time, but I don't know their vibe.
I think I've played them with you before. You probably know it.
Oh, okay.
It's like they have flare guns.
Yes.
Like them.
Okay. Yes.
They're just kind of like pleasing to listen to, maybe.
Yeah.
Is the word.
Kind of beachy Venice Beach.
Yes, exactly. It's very summery.
Okay.
For sure. And then Tovlo Heat. She went very it's kind of like EDM almost, like housey. So dancey.
Yeah.
So good.
I like that.
And I love it.
I mean, I haven't heard it, but I like that you like that.
Yeah.
Jamie is a big Tovlo fan, so.
I love her.
She's been a big Is that the No, that's Jean Aiko, who's dating Big Sean. Which actually Big Sean, no, never mind. I was gonna say an album, he was on Eminem's album, which actually goes into my nostalgia. I put a little section of nostalgia.
I'm surprised you didn't put the Eminem one.
Oh yeah, because it's in nostalgia because of it's a concept album and it goes back to like like murdering Slim Shady or like the death of Slim Shady, I think that's what it's called. And I mean, you guys know that we're big Eminem's fans. Obviously, we're from Detroit, so I was thinking about it. I was like, why do more people not put out like documentaries like where they're starring in it, like he did it with 8 Mile, and it's like a movie. So cool. I'm sorry, and they're playing themselves. Anyway, I just like the nostalgia leaning factor. So yeah, Vampire Weekend's new album, Eminem's new album, which I think some of those songs on the Eminem album were recorded back then. Jake was telling me yesterday. But Halsey, new single, Lucky, it's going into nostalgia in a different way, not her own personal, like I guess her own personal, but not her own music, like Britney Spears' Lucky, which is my favorite Britney Spears song.
Yeah, I love it.
And she just did so well on that, and I love the song. And then obviously rap beef for the summer was Kendrick versus Drake, and I think that it created really good music, obviously, like Euphoria and all of these different like or Family Ties or whatever it is. I can't remember the one that has a minor. And it's like created such a moment in history, but like also just like this time, like 10 years looking back, you know, like
it's gonna be such a big thing because that doesn't happen a lot anymore.
No, it doesn't. And I think it gets these people fired up, and I love seeing it.
Yeah, it was really fun to witness.
And even people not involved getting fired up, you know. But
and I feel like that also went so far because I like Drake, but I've never been into like Kendrick, like not that. Sure. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So it was just like fun.
Yeah, just fun little beef. Us doing all of our pop, then we go into rap beef, and then also though, going back to kind of this is kind of like nostalgic, but really cool newer artists and. Specifically in summer, the summer song by Remy Bond, which I think definitely feeds off of nostalgia, like in a way, but also like kind of nostalgic. Lana Del Rey, you know, in the summertime, driving on the West Coast, me and my Valentine, we ain't got no place to go.
Bye.
Yeah, she's just so, I love her voice. It has such a sweetness factor to it. And I think that song is like one of my top of, like, I don't know, the second I heard it, I was like, I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
So anyway, that's actually all we have. Is that all you have?
Yeah, that is all I have.
Then that's it.
That was really fun.
What if we just sang it? You're like, damn. But yeah, I don't know. Like we've said, Music's really good right now.
Also, there's a big chance we missed so much. So if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear.
Please, yes.
Or new people.
Yes.
So
put it down below. Please.
And also tell us your favorite. Because there has to be one.
Yeah, even if you like the same everything that we've said, let us know below what your favorite is. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.